So, friends, yesterday when we were talking about the noble gases and noble gases valencies, I forgot to actually tell you about the xenon. So, सबसे पहले helium है. And then neon getting one shell bigger, argon getting 3 shell bigger, krypton getting 4 shell, xenon is having 5 shells, and then radon is having 6 shells. So when we talk about the valencies, that's what we are going to talk about today. So in the valency, you need to remember the octet rule. Very important. So 8 electrons in the valence or outermost shell. The outermost shell is also called valence shell. So 8 electrons in the outermost shell or the valence shell is the most stable arrangement of an atom, which is followed by all the noble gases. Why we are saying which is followed by all the noble gases? Because noble gases have they are all stable, so they have because of that they are having the most stable arrangement. And who has the most stable arrangement? They are actually following the octet rule, means having the 8 electrons in the outermost shell. Outermost shell is also known as valence shell or ultimate shell, remember that one. So like for that one I have told you about the helium, and this the diagram of the electronic configuration of the noble gases, which I have told you over here. So helium having 2 shells. First, remember, first shell having 2 electrons is also stable, and that 2 electrons of the first shell, only shell, that is first shell, and that is the only shell having 2 electrons, will be known as duplet. 8 electrons of the neon 2 8, and argon 2 8 8, following the octet in the outermost shell, and so on in krypton, xenon, and radon. So the name of the last shell, which is the outermost shell, like in this, can you see the outermost shell is this one? In the same way, when we are talking about the neon, the outermost shell is this one. When we are talking about the argon, the outermost shell is this one. I'm sorry, my camera is shaking a lot. I'm holding and recording at the same time. So what are the name of the outermost shell? They are called as ultimate shell, valence shell, or outermost shell. Can you see this, guys? Okay, so now we are talking about 1 2 3 5 6 7 valencies. So what are 1 2 3 and what are 5 6 7? You will come to know when we'll see about how to calculate valencies. But for right now, just remember that there is something called 1 valency of an element, 2 valency of an element, 3 valency of an element. So when there is 1 or 2 or 3 valency of any element, then what they have to do? They have to complete an octet. That is the rule, right? They have to complete an octet. But in order to complete an octet, this one has to take 7 electrons from the other elements, right? This one has to take 6 electrons from the other elements, and this one has to take 5 electrons from the other elements, like this one, right? So from that time we are talking what is valency. We'll be talking about valency. So definition of the valency, basically exactly what I have told you in the octet rule: number of electrons gained or lost or shared so as to make the octet of electrons in their outermost shell. Octet rule is actually kind of the definition of valency. You can say they have to make an octet either by gaining or by losing or by sharing the electrons of their outermost shell. They can't share their electrons of the innermost or their penultimate shell. They have to share the electrons from the ultimate or valence or outermost shell. Understood now? Okay, so what are, so remember always, children, that 1 or 2 or 3 valency of any element, what they will be doing, they can't gain 5 6 or 7 electrons from the other atoms. Okay, from the other atoms they can't gain this much of electrons, because that is not possible. That will make the atom to go round and round very fast, and that will end up having a radioactivity reaction, which will not fulfill the purpose of completing an octet. Okay, So remember always that they will lose electrons instead of gaining, because that is what easy for them. See, taking 5 is difficult, right? You have to approach two different people, but losing one will be easier for you, right? Or losing 3 will be easier for you. Now you understanding, you can give 3 to anybody else, but you have to approach to 5 people to get the 5 electrons. And just imagine ki one person is ready to give you, the other 4 are not ready to give you, right? So that is the condition, and that is why it is very difficult for them to get these many electrons. So that's why they will lose, and hence those elements, those atoms who lose always the electrons, they are always come in the category of metals. Okay. Similarly, 5, 6 and 7, hence they can complete the octet soon, because they need only 3, they need only 2, they need only 1, so they can complete their octet soon. They will gain electrons instead of losing. Understood now? So up such elements who actually gain electrons instead of losing in order to complete their octet are non-metals. Understood now, children? So those who are having 1 or 2 or 3 valencies, they are metals. Those who are having 5, 6 or 7 valencies, they are non-metals. Why? Because they cannot gain, so they will lose electrons. And these people, these person, they are very selfish. They just don't want to lose their ones, so they will gain. Understood now? एंड बेचारे इनका तो कोई भी नहीं है. सो अब ये तो बीच में अटक गए. अब ना ही they can gain, neither they can't lose. If they are losing, they will be on 0 electrons. That is not possible. If they are gaining 4 electrons is also not possible. तो ये middle रास्ता निकालते हैं. These are the mediocre ones. What they do, they will say, okay भाई तू मेरा ले ले, मैं तेरा ले लेता हूँ. Okay, we will share the lunch together and we will eat tummy full together. Your lunch is also tasty, my lunch is also tasty. You want mine, I want yours, and both will have the same thing. So they can neither gain nor lose electrons. Understood, children? They can neither gain nor lose electrons, so they share electrons. Understood now? And such elements are metalloids. We have seen metalloids in the category, we have seen non-metals in the category, we have seen metals in the category, and these are the 3 ones which are there in the periodic table. Now moving forward, अब भाई इनका साइन क्या क्या होता है? What are their signs? See children, this is a small table I have made for you, the valencies and which category they are falling in, what are the signs they are following, and why they are having this sign and why they are in this category with the example. Okay, so valency 1, 2, 3, like we are talking about over here, we have told, we came to know that they are always metal, right? Why? Because they give away its electrons to others. Okay. So losing 1 or 2 or 3 electrons is easy instead of gaining 5, 6, 7. That's what I've told you over here, right? Exactly the same thing I've written over here and over here. So this is something new. They will be having 1 or 2 or 3 valency will be having plus sign. भाई अब प्लस साइन क्यों आता है? नाउ वी हैव ऑलवेज सीन दैट देयर इज अ प्लस एंड देयर इज अ माइनस साइंस ऑन द valencies, right? But we never came to know exactly why they are having the plus sign and why, how come the plus sign is over there, why the plus minus signs is over there on this. So we never came to know about that one. Over here I'm telling you they are having plus sign because they are giving away. They are giving away. After giving away, now they are stable. Means I was having, what I should say, I was having fever, I was having cough. Okay, I went to the doctor gave me medicines and now I'm okay. Understanding my point? I was having 1 electron which was making me sick. I gave away that electron and now I'm perfectly okay. So metals always lose electrons so as to become stable, है ना? To become stable they are losing the electrons, and as they have become stable their sign is always positive. You remember in this way. Okay, they are losing so they are becoming positive in nature, because if they won't lose 1 or 2 or 3 electrons in their outermost shell, they cannot complete their octet which has 2 or 8 electrons in their outermost shell. Understood? Octet में या तो 2 electrons होने चाहिए, नहीं तो 8 electrons होने चाहिए, and if they are not losing their electrons they won't be able to complete their octet. Understood now children? What is the example now over here? Let us see. So sodium 2, 8 and 1. So 1 is something which is not coming into the category of the octet, right? We must to have 2 or 8. Understood now? 2 and 8 we have, but what is this one? This is falling into the category of this one, okay, which loses their electrons, right? 1 means lose the electrons. I don't need it, get rid of it, and I will become stable after that. So this is the basically diagram of the sodium. I'm really sorry, I haven't used any compass, so forgive me for that one. 2 electrons in the inner shell, then penultimate shell is having the 8 electrons, then the outermost shell or valence shell or the ultimate shell is having the 1 electron. I lost. This is the electron sign, okay. We always write the electron E plus. So if you're thinking what is this E minus, then don't get scared. We always write electrons when we have to write, instead of writing full electron, we write electron with this symbol, okay, minus symbol. Now to complete or make octet, sodium will lose 1 electron, right? After losing 1 electron, sodium will have 2 and 8 electrons, obviously, because this one the sodium has lost, right? It has given away this one. Now electronic configuration becomes 2 and 8. 2 and 8 electronic configuration is what we need to achieve in order to complete our octet. That's what we have discussed over here, right? Now octet is achieved like neon. You remember, people, I have told you about over here neon is having 2 and 8, है so it comes to the nearest valency of the neon of the noble gases, right? Now this is how atoms gain stability by losing electrons. Understood? So those who are losing electrons will always have positive sign, because opposite sign matlab losing means opposite sign matlab positive sign. Why? Because after losing only they are becoming stable. Understood now? Okay, what is the octet rule? The outermost or valence or ultimate, these are the three name of the outer shell. Okay, so remember, always I am repeating this again and again and again, because this is very important for you for the things which I am going to take next. Tomorrow I'll be taking variable valencies, and tomorrow I'll be taking how to calculate valencies also. So the outermost or valence or ultimate shell must have 8 electrons to complete its octet like noble gases, right? That's what I have told you over here, है ना? They must have octet in order to complete their in order to in their outermost shell, in order to achieve octet. And that's what we have talked about over here, that in order to achieve octet they either gain or lose or share the electrons, right? So this much is done. We have talked about the metals. Now what are the non-metals? What are their valencies? Valencies will be always 5, 6 or 7. They will fall in the category of non-metals. The sign will always be minus. Reason and example I am going to share it with you now. So we have learned ki already gaining 1 or 2 electrons is very easy for them, instead of losing 5 or 6 or 7 electrons, because that is difficult and that can't achieve the fulfill the purpose of octet, right? They always gain electrons from others. These are very selfish ones. These are selfish ones. So because अब भाई ये माइनस में क्यों है, प्लस में तो वो इसलिए थे बिकॉज दे वर गेनिंग द इलेक्ट्रॉन्स, दे वर सॉरी आफ्टर लूजिंग दे वर बिकमिंग स्टेबल, सो दे आर ऑल्सो गेनिंग ना, दे आर ऑल्सो बिकमिंग स्टेबल. So why we are not putting plus for them? First of all, we can't put plus for everything, right? Because there has to be a differentiation between the metals and the non-metals when we are writing the valencies also, right? That is the first point. But that point doesn't justify why they are having minus point, minus symbol over here. They can have multiply symbol, can have any symbol, right? So you remember always कि these bacha parties are having this kind of guilt within themselves. You remember, in this way they are having this guilt that because I will never be able to have full electrons in my outermost shell, and I will always be indebted to someone else. Means in order to give my home loan, I have to take loan. I don't have that much of money, I have to take loan, so I'll be indebted to the bank, right? In order to get my chocolate, I am taking 10 rupees from my friend, because I don't have 50 rupees in my pocket, or 10 rupees also in my pocket, so I'm indebted to my friend, right? That's why I am always having minus to remember in this way. Like, as they never have their own electrons to complete octet, they can never complete octet on their own. Understood, children? And they always take from others, right? क्योंकि भाई वो हमेशा दूसरों से लेते हैं, एंड दे कैन नॉट हैव देयर ऑक्टेट ऑन देयर ओन, सो दैट्स द रीज़न दे आर हैविंग माइनस साइन ओवर हियर अपार्ट फ्रॉम द ऑपोजिट साइन ऑफ द. So I'm sorry about this one. Hydrogen has one, children. Now hydrogen, he calls all his besties, right? So हर एक bestie आ गया भाई, तू भी आजा, तू भी आजा, तू भी आजा, तू भी आजा, हम सारे मिलके जो है वो सारे साथ में कुछ करेंगे. साथ में we will study together, and then we will gain good marks like we all do, right? So this is the electrons of the carbon. This is the electron of the hydrogen. भाई इधर क्या हो रहा है? We know that in order to complete an octet, either we should have 2 electrons or we should have 8 electrons. We know that one, right? So by sharing the electrons now, hydrogen will have duplet structure. Can you see this blue circle? This blue circle shows the duplet structure of the hydrogen. Hydrogen 1 2, hydrogen 1 2, hydrogen 1 2, hydrogen 1 2. Hydrogen is now happy. Hydrogen got what he wants to. This is one of those students who are happy to get the passing marks, right? But carbon does not want just passing marks. Carbon wants, I want here 60% or 70%. Why to stop in the 70%? I am capable of getting 70%, but why I am stopping at 70%? I will get 100%. There are some students, right, who will obviously study together, but they will always aim high, right? There are some students like me, yeah, we will gain only the get only the passing marks, why to worry about the highest marks and all. So I was also in in one of those students. So this pink circle shows the octet of the carbon. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8. Now you got it. Hydrogen will have duplet structure, carbon will have octet. Both are stable now, both are happy, and they are metalloids. Can you see the duplet structure of the hydrogen and the octet structure of the carbon? Okay, so we have studied all this much. Now we are going to see the exercises. This is a question for you. I have made 3 questions for you. In order for you to revise, pause and play as many times as you want, and just see. This is the short form of the magnesium, so I'll write magnesium over here. So this is magnesium. See, children, electronic configuration of magnesium is 282. Okay, so this is falling under which category? I've told you that 1 2 3 and 4 5 6 and 4 and 5 6 7. Okay, so they are which category, what sign they will be having. So electronic configuration, what it will do now, what magnesium will do now to become stable, to become stable. I'm sorry, I should have written in a much spacious place, but I didn't did that. But magnesium has 282 configuration. What it will do to become stable? That is your first question. Find it out and answer me in the comment section, please. Okay, elements. Element X, this is some element. I am not telling you that it is magnesium, sodium or chlorine. Whatever element it is, this is element X, loses 2 electrons. ठीक है, इसने जो है भैया 2 इलेक्ट्रॉन जो है वो दे दिए, दान कर दिए इसने, क्योंकि it has to become stable now, so it is losing 2 electrons from the outermost shell, not from the inner shell or penultimate shell, from the outermost shell. What category and sign of the element will be? What category it will be? It will be metal, non-metal, metalloid and noble gases. And if it's metalloid, then if it's non-metal, then what sign it will be? If it's metal, then what sign it will be, right? Find out the answer and write it down in the comment section. Now third question is an atom X again. एटम ऑफ कुछ भी है भाई, मैं यहाँ पे नहीं कह रही आर्गन और नियॉन और जिनॉन, आई एम नॉट सेइंग एनीथिंग, आई एम सेइंग जस्ट एटम एक्स सॉरी, हैज़ इलेक्ट्रॉनिक कन्फिग्रेशन 2881. Remember children, it is having 1 in the end, it is having 2 in the end. ठीक है, we have to see what is coming in the end of the electronic configuration of the atom. Now how the atom will get stable arrangement and what will be its sign, mention both. In the comment section, obviously in the comment section you can write only the answer, what stable arrangement, what will be its sign, and how the atom will get the stable arrangement. But at home try to make the diagram like this, and you will be able to make the diagram, because I have given you the electronic configuration to make the diagram. So you will be able to make the diagram for this one and for this one also. Try to make the diagram and try to understand by making this table, so you will be able to understand fully. Okay, right, for writing the notes you pause and play as much as time you want, and I have kept my camera as steady as possible. Now these questions should pop up into your mind when I was teaching you all this. If it's not popping up into your mind, then you are not watching it carefully. Do watch it carefully children, because the first also the chapter when I was taking you the noble gases and its valency, in this also nobody asked me the xenon electronic configuration, and nobody asked me the octet rule. Nobody asked me, ma'am, you are telling that they are hardly reactive, as well as their individual characteristics of the noble gases and many practical real life applications. इनका मतलब क्या है भाई? So they are hardly reactive, like I've told you before. They were rarely reacting. Because of that reason scientists used to think that they are inert gases because they cannot react. But now we know that only some gases do form compounds, they do react. That's why they are called noble gases instead. Nobody asked me this question in the comment section. Nobody asked me xenon electronic configuration in the comment section. Nobody asked me the octet rule. Why there is a need for the any element to fulfill the this thing octet. Nobody asked me the octet rule. What is octet? What is octet is also given over here. It fulfills the 8 electrons in the outermost shell, that is octet, and by fulfilling its 8 electrons in the outermost shell, it becomes a more stable arrangement which is near to the noble gases, and that is what the octet rule is. Nobody asked me these 3 things. So these children, pay attention and listen and see carefully. Why atoms combine? First of all तो तुम्हारे दिमाग में ये आना चाहिए कि भाई why there is a need for them to get 1 2 3 electrons, why there is a need for them to get lose electrons, why there is a need for them to share electrons, why, है ना? To complete octet, by doing that they will attain electronic configuration of the nearest noble gas. Like for example, that is the octet rule, right? They are completing the octet by having 8 electrons, and they are getting the electronic configuration. Like I've told you over here, chlorine is getting the electronic configuration of argon. Like I've told you over here, sodium is getting the electronic configuration of the neon, right? That is why atom combine, because they have to complete their octet and they have to gain the nearest configuration of the noble gases. Understood now? That's why they are combining. Now another question should, why only these famous personalities are the only ones who are getting combined in order to complete octet, right? Why we are not talking about the protons and the neutrons over here? So this is the because sign. I've told you children, right, in the previous video, that this is because sign. So because protons and neutrons are tightly bonded in the nucleus, this is the nucleus by, है ना? This is the nucleus of every atom. I'm sorry, my nucleus looks like this. So in the nucleus, the protons and the neutrons, they are tightly bonded. We are chaddi buddies. They are chaddi buddies, and they cannot leave each other. They just don't want to leave each other, and they are like if you are going, then I will also go. If you are staying, then I will also stay. They are having this kind of nature, which is very good. They are united, and which is very rarely seen in nowadays. So these study buddy don't want to leave their partner at all. So what the job, they are letting the electrons to do the job, and what the electrons are doing, bhai sahab, over here, they do not care about anybody. They are roaming freely, aram se. They are very sluggish, slowish and lazy people. So because they are feeling aram se, they want space, they want everything, spacious around them. Because of that reason, they roam freely, they have space, they roam freely. So they are now, they are velle, they can go and they can join anybody. I am very happy. You call me, to your party, I will come to your party. You call me to your party, I will come to your party. Or I will call to you, you to my party and you come to my party. Understood now, metals and non-metals, है ना? You call me to your party, I will come to your party. Means they are going. You call me, I will call you to my party and you come to my party. Means they are gaining. Understood? So that is what happening with the electrons, and that is why electrons are the only ones which are doing the sharing business, or gaining or losing business over here, not the protons or the neutrons. Understood now, children? I hope you understood the valency now. Tomorrow I am going to take the variable valency. Just remember that you have to remember the signs, remember this box, and make the note of it as many time you rewind and you see this video as many time as you want. Remember this box, and try to make the diagrams, and try to remember this. Do these 3 questions and answer me in the comment section. And I hope you understood this video. Thanks for watching. Tomorrow we will do variable valency, and we will do tomorrow the topic is variable valency and how to calculate valency. So stay tuned and stay safe, stay home. This is Alice Roth signing off.